Hey folks, thanks so much for checking out this latest episode of the AndoVocals podcast featuring Jack from Void of Vision. Just a quick little intro to let you know that this episode was indeed recorded prior to the knowledge that Jack got the gig at Triple J, hosting the core program. First up, we want to congratulate Jack on getting the gig. No one in this world can do a better job than Jack, so wishing him all the very best for a fantastic career with Triple J. So here we go, here's the interview, and you might want to enable subtitles in case Jack's audio isn't as clear as it could be. But yeah, tell us what you think in the comments. Thank you. Jack, thank you so much for chatting with Express Magazine and also joining me on the AndoVocals podcast today, mate. It really is bittersweet to be sharing this moment with you, man. First up, congratulations to Void of Vision on a stellar career spanning well over a decade. When you look back at your journey, what moments stand out as the most defining and transformative for the band?
That's a good question. Thank you, first of all, man. Appreciate you having me. It's honestly been a very, very hard time trying to not remember, but prioritize like my favorite moments, because looking back now, I've never realized quite how many moments there really were. And I think like a lot of the most important ones were definitely here on our own shores. Like there's a lot of watershed moments, I think, including, I think the first Unify or the first few Unify festival like experiences that we had. That was just, I don't know, there's something special about that, because that is just our community back home. Like, had just such a strength. It was such an exciting concept when Unify first came around, and having the privilege to play a couple of those first ones was just so special, and it was just such a ride to be a part of. But I think as well as that, just the whole experience of, I don't know, fostering that audience here and just seeing it grow. Like, I think only recently of like 2023, we had that first, we'd never been selling our shows. Like that had just been a thing where we'd just been so close, just like tickets away from doing it, but we never wanted to be that band who just slapped the sticker on for the sake of it. So to finally do it like in 2023 on that most recent Angel of the Darkness tour, like it was just like such a special moment for us, and it was one of the most memorable shows of my career. And I don't know, just having the band at its strongest and best at that point was just so incredible. But yeah, it's been difficult trying to think of moments to like share with everyone now, because it's just been so much. And I know for the rest of this year, I'm going to be absolutely chewing everyone's ears off on all these moments that have just crawled back into my brain. I think I needed to stop and smell the roses a bit more than what I have in my career. But yeah, for everything that does sneak back in, it's just always so joyous and nice to remember.
Fantastic, Jack. So you've described this tour as celebrating the end of an era. What does What I'll Leave Behind symbolize for you personally and creatively?
I think it is like a legacy in terms, like, I know that's such a massive word to just throw around or just pop into a sentence, but it is our legacy, like our own little personal one that we have like left behind for everyone. And it is just the culmination of just all that dedication and hard work for all these years that we've been building up to. I think we've created like the best Void of Vision album that we've ever made, and we've just had that to share with everyone one last time. We put together like the biggest tour that we've ever done, and we're going to be having the biggest headline shows we've ever performed in February and with this record. And I don't know, like just to leave it all at the top of our game is just a really, really special thing to do, because I think a lot of what we've seen, especially in the past with Australian actors, it hasn't ended on terms of their own, or like it is just in a bit of a sour format perhaps, and it's not something you see every day now for a band to call it on their own terms. And it's just a very rare occasion that we can go out and celebrate everything that we've achieved, and we can go out and do everything the best and biggest we've ever done. I think it's a very important thing to be able to do that, because we want to be remembered, and I don't know, we want to leave our mark on the scene that we came in, that has helped us and like welcomed us in so much. And it's going to be a crazy experience to do that. But what I'll leave behind is basically just our legacy and how we would love to be remembered. And I think we've done perfect in how we want to set it all up and leave it across for everyone.
Fantastic, Jack. So the Perth show marks the final chapter of Void of Vision's live performances. I have personally seen you guys numerous times. The first being at Amplifier back in, I think it was 2015 or 16. You were all wearing matching baseball shirts. You put on like an incredibly energetic and blistering performance. And then obviously most recently with the tour with Parkway Drive for their 20th anniversary. How are you preparing yourself emotionally for this last ever performance, Jack?
It's tricky, I'm not going to lie. I honestly don't think I'll know what I'm getting into until I step foot on stage every night. Like, it is a crazy feeling to know that this might be the last time I'm ever doing a lot of these stages and a lot of these places. It's nuts to think about, to be honest. And I don't know, I just want to make sure that, like I said earlier, like where I was regretting not smelling the roses a bit more, like going in with that prior knowledge and remembering to do so every night is going to be so important, because I really want to be able to do that this time around, because this is it. This is the final shebang, and if I don't do that, I'm going to be kicking myself for years to come.
Too true, man. So what can Perth fans expect from this final ever show on this last ever tour? Are there any surprises or special elements planned to make it unforgettable?
For sure, dude. I think on all past tours, like, unfortunately, because of the flight, Perth cops the brunt of us not bringing across our full production or like what we did for the rest of the states. But this time we've made sure that that's happening. So it's exciting to actually do that for the first time, which is, I'm so stoked. I feel bad, man. Like, it is tough for you guys being over on that side, and I don't know, you cop that a lot from a lot of bands, and it is tricky financially in this day and age to kind of do all that, but it's the last time we're ever going to do it, so we've got to make sure it fucking counts. And I don't know, it's very special that we do get to share this, because I do want Perth to be like able to remember Void Division as a whole, and I want to make sure that Perth gets just all these special experiences just as much as everyone else, because it's still a part of it. It's a very important market to hit for us and for everyone. So I'm glad that you guys are getting in the end, and yeah, if we get to share it one last time with you guys.
My man, thank you so much. That sounds great. So having toured globally, how does performing in your homeland, and specifically Perth, compare to other parts of the world?
It's honestly like nothing beats home. Like, I think the closest thing is like the UK, because they're just like our weird cousins. But kind of just like it just translates the same weirdly. I don't know what it is. Like, we found like a lot of success in the UK over the years just because of how close it is to Melbourne. Is just like a really weird but close thing. It's same with the States in a way too. Like, the States is just like Australia, but it's like a glitch in the matrix every half an hour. Like, something crazy happens and you just have no fucking idea what's going on. But yeah, no place beats home, because the crowds here just, I don't know, we've been lucky to have shared our whole journey, including the highs and the lows with Australia. And for example, like, we only started touring America off the back of Chronicles, and that was like a massive spike in our career where we started growing again, and we had this new image and it looked all clean and sharp, and that's all that America saw over there, and they didn't really know much of the story. And I suppose doing that here, people recognized how big of a moment Chronicles and everything we've done post that has been for us, because we kind of fully realized our craft and just had ourselves in the best and biggest that we've ever been. And I think that was just a very special moment to share with Australia, because they've been there the whole journey, and fans of new and old sort of came back and celebrated with us. And I don't know, it's really special to have that connection with people, and music and work life and relationships. Just being able to grow together and share everything is such a special thing. Yeah, I just appreciate everyone here so much more than that.
Awesome. That's music to my ears, man. So continue with the Perth bias to this interview. You've teamed up with many artists, including Sean Hermanis from Make Them Suffer. Who are some other Perth artists you wish you'd gotten the chance to collaborate with?
Man, like Token Carnival. Obviously that would have been incredible. Honestly, Make Them Suffer has just been, I fucking love just that band so much. We've had the pleasure of touring with them around the world for the past few years. Like, we just somehow landed in every continent with them by the end of everything, and they ended up being some of our closest friends. So it's been just really awesome to share that with them throughout their journey and see their growth as well, because they just recently have just gone through everything as well and come back stronger than ever, and it's been so sick to see. But other Perth artists, I don't know, like, I guess we can count Pendulum, right? Like,
We can count. They count that 100%. Absolutely.
absolutely. I think that would have been an awesome moment. I know they've been kind of adopted by those weird cousins I was talking about earlier over in the UK. But it's still counts. I think a Pendulum moment would have been amazing. That's a big one for me.
Absolutely. They actually played at my 18th birthday as a band called Exogen back in the day.
Dude, fucking crazy, because I recently went down the rabbit hole and discovered like their whole thing was starting out in metal, and then I don't know, the competition of metal in Perth at the time was so fucking crazy because Carnival and everything cooking around, and they're just like, fuck it, let's just go down that EDM route and just destroy it. And I think having that choice of being like so good at both things and just choosing to like go down one route or the other is a very rare talent, and I've always admired that about Pendulum, still keeping those rock roots and just everything involved with themselves. It's so fucking sick.
Totally, man. So you've mentioned learning to love the process over success. How does that mindset influence the way you're approaching this farewell tour?
That's a great question, actually. I think like I was saying with all the other press today, like we've just been signing off on everything like this, the start of this week, for just the final set list and everything. Knowing that all of this was going to be the last time doing that, it was such a open experience with each other, just like going through this whole catalogue of Void of Vision to just decide what goes in the set list and how we want to portray it and what we want to share with everyone one last time. It's been so fucking awesome to kind of put all that together and just remember, like I said, that we're doing this all for the last time together, and we need to make every moment count and everything so memorable. So learning to just be there and be present for all of that is super important to me, because I don't want to come out of this the other side and just not remember any of it and wish I did something different, because it's been so awesome. I feel like time is almost slowing down in a sense as well for once, and it's not going as fast as it usually has. I can breathe and I can process everything a lot more freely than I usually have, and to have that this time around, especially on such an important tour before that, it's a crazy feeling. It's going to make it all the more special.
Awesome. So as this chapter closes, what lessons or inspirations are you taking forward into future creating endeavours?
I think, like I said, stopping to smell the roses and just being a lot more present. Like, I think life is just, there is so much more in life than just, I don't know, the main like aspect. And I think I did treat Void of Vision as just the priority for so long, and I let a lot by the wayside. And the second that I brought all of that back into my collective life and healthy creative life, like it all benefits. Like it really did. And I'm in a very happy creative space right now. I'm taking a break from music, just like band wise for however long it needs, until I fall back in love with music again and in a healthy and like responsive way. And I love that. I'm still going to be sticking around in the music industry for the foreseeable future, but just in different formats, because I want to see what else there is. I want to experience it in different forms, and I want to see it from the outside in, and just pour my love and creative energy into it that way. To give that a shot, because I think that's just as important to, I don't know, put everyone else up on the map as well as yourself, because we're in a very important time in Australian music history right now where heavy music is fucking massive, and the fact that it can do what it's doing right now is so nuts. And if I can help sort of build that platform up, then that's a job well done.
So that actually takes me into my next question. So we talked about the Parkway Drive tour earlier. I actually had the pleasure of talking to Winston in the lead-up. He spoke very glowingly about Void of Vision. Yeah. My next question is, what advice or support from your peers has really stuck with you over the years?
Man, this takes me all the way back to like 2014. We did a final tour with it was a band called Hand of Mercy, and I'm pretty sure like also wrapped up in Perth, which is just like, it's got to be actually quite special now I think about it. A lot of these last moments, the tours kind of end in Perth, and you do get like the final moments. I'm just thinking that's fucking awesome. But the moment that stuck in my head, the guitarist Adam of that band, he just very, very casually said after just a long kind of like motivational speech of what we do next, as they were wrapping up, and what he had learned was no one gives more of a fuck about your band than you do. And that has just like stuck with me for the whole process of Void of Vision and any decision factoring process, knowing that like what we want is that's the end game. Like we are the end game essentially of our choices and decisions. And I think that you can have as many external forces as you want, but at the end of the day, like just always keep in mind that you are always going to give more of a fuck than anyone else does in this, like in this state that it is the band. Like it is just a very important lesson that I've just kept true into every creative endeavor that I've ever pursued, to be honest. And I think I'm going to hold on to that one for the rest of my life.
Fantastic, Jack. So circling back to the final tour, how did you choose the lineup? And what excites you most about sharing the stage with the acts? Can you tell us about them?
Yeah, we basically, obviously, the tour was organised before we knew anything about like finishing the band, but the main idea kind of stuck and it kind of stays as relevant as ever. We wanted to bring all these acts over who are coming number one to our shores for the first time, or who we want to see receive their flowers for the first time over in our shores. Like Gideon have been here before. Bands like Polaris, and they came over on their own for their own headliners like years back. I think we played with them in 2014 and we loved the band back then. We still love them just as much now. And I think just to have them at this stage in front of a crowd that has just been with Void of Vision for the entirety, and I don't know, like I'd like to say like well representative of the Australian scene, celebrating something, to witness Gideon at like the peak of their career and to just have them pop off here would be just, that's a job well done. Like I would fucking love to see that, and to have them come back again very soon after on a festival run or with like another big Australian act just to keep stamping their presence here, because they deserve that shit so much. They are just such a powerhouse of a band that has just gone through the fucking whole system for years, and I would love to see that happen here. Likewise with the guys who are coming here for the first time in Unity, CX and Gnosis, if we could do anything to just help them just succeed here, plant their feet and just begin a successful and beautiful career here, then that's all I wanted to do with this tour, is just make sure that bands can come over here and just continue being an artist and continue feeding that into the system, because that's what we need right now. We just need to keep feeding it back into the heavy music world, because we're doing it so fucking well, and the more we can open up our eyes to, the better we can see. Fucking
Awesome, Jack. Thank you so much, man. So what message would you like to leave with the fans who have supported Void of Vision over the years?
Honestly, just like a final and very, very sincere thank you. Like I know a lot of the fans have been potentially in and out, going through how many like different phases of creating music and just where we've been on the spectrum of heavy music as a whole. But I know that no matter what, you're all together and with us for one last time, which is so fucking awesome. And the support we've seen and just the memories that you've all shared with us have been incredible. Like, especially on the socials, sharing videos and photos and just stories. None of it's been missed. We've seen every single bit, and it just absolutely just means the world to us. And we're so excited to share it all one last time around the country.
Fantastic, Jack. And last of all, as Void of Vision bids farewell, what would you say to your younger self just starting out in the Aussie heavy music scene?
Oh, mate, that would be crazy. I would say just like, honestly, keep going. Like, if you have that dream, just if you want to be in a band, do it, and make sure you just keep those dreams in your head and stick those dreams in your head like a fucking pinboard in your room, and you'll make it happen. Like, it's fucked. Like, if you are dedicated to your art and craft, and if you push yourself beyond like means that you knew possible, you'll get there. Like, that's literally it. It's all out there. You just got to grab it and take it. Like, it's amazing what you can achieve when you set your mind to it. And I think this has been no exception. So yeah, I'd love to leave that behind.
Awesome, Jack. Thank you so much, mate. And we will see you at Magnet House on February 22nd. We can't fucking wait, man. We can't wait to have you guys here, and we'll bring all the love we possibly can and show you all the support that you deserved over your decorated career.
Thank you so fucking much, man. I appreciate all your time and all your hard work, and yeah, we'll see you there.
All the best. Thanks a lot, Jack. Take care, man.
All the best, mate. Lovely. Have a great day.